What are the costs of refinancing a mortgage on a home? We'll demystify this topic in the following video. My name is Chris at HouseIt. HouseIt is the largest for sale by owner and buyer commission rebate company in New York City. In case you haven't heard about us, you can save up to 6% in commission when you sell and up to 2% when you buy or more. Please check us out, www.housit.com. The spelling is below. Please hit subscribe if you like what you see, and we do come out with content on a regular basis. So if you have any topic suggestions or just any questions, please leave us a comment below and we'll make sure to get back to you. The first fee or cost to be aware of is a bank processing or application fee. In industry parlance, this is typically known as a basic bank fee. The fee for this will vary, but will typically range from $900 to $1,100, or let's just say around $1,000 on average as of this viewing. This fee goes to the bank and covers the cost of processing your refinancing application. The second fee to be aware of is an appraisal fee. As you can imagine, anytime a bank lends on a property, even if it is for a refinancing, an appraisal will need to be done so the bank will know that it is lending against a reasonable value or a reasonable collateral. The cost of an appraisal, at least in New York City, can range up to $1,000. Typically, again, the estimate we give is $900 to $1,100. You can expect around $1,000 on average. This fee, please note, is one of the few that are asked to be paid up front. If, however, for some reason your application is declined, banks will be generally very good about refunding you this fee if that happens. We say this fee is typically paid up front because all other costs and fees associated with a refinancing can typically be added onto the new mortgage balance if you have enough home equity in your loan. So truly, the appraisal fee of around $1,000 is the only one that you'll have to pay out of pocket, and they'll typically ask for it within 2 or 3 weeks of the application process. The next fee to be aware of is the bank's attorney fee. This fee also ranges to around $1,000. In the past, pre-financial crisis, mortgage bankers could typically call up attorneys that they had good relationships with to ask for a discount, perhaps for a favorite client, and attorneys were happy to accommodate. However, post-financial crisis, attorneys are now auto-assigned for transactions. As a result, there is little to no negotiation, and the fee is quite static and has crept up over the years, but you can expect to pay around $1,000 for the bank's attorney. The next and biggest fee to be aware of is the title policy reissuance fee. Now, you will be surprised to hear that this fee can be quite or almost as much as the initial title insurance premium you might pay for a new purchase. This business of reissuing a title policy is actually very good business for title companies. Well, because the amount of work is relatively reduced. If it's a refinancing with a new lender, they simply change the name of the lender, they might do a new title search, but the fee is quite similar to a new purchase, as we discussed. Of course, the actual cost is a complicated formula that's somewhat of an industry-kept secret. This title policy reissuance fee has a fixed and floating component. This means that as the loan size increases, the fee will necessarily also increase. From studies we've done of recent transactions in New York City and the New York metro area, as well as counties in Westchester, we've come to the conclusion that the average fee is around 0.3% to 0.4% of the loan amount. The next and last fee to be aware of is a CEMA processing fee. This fee would typically be under $1,000. For example, for a recent condominium refinancing transaction for a loan amount of approximately $700,000, the CEMA fee charged by the bank who will be assigning the loan was around $600. Keep in mind that the fee is levied by the old bank that will be assigning the loan to the new bank. The new bank who your mortgage will be with does not charge a fee typically for this process. Now, quickly, just what is a CEMA? Well, a CEMA is a transaction that allows your former bank or the former holder of a mortgage to assign the note to a new bank. By doing so, you are able to avoid partially or all of the mortgage recording tax in New York, which is a significant closing cost. For refinancings, it's typical for banks to agree to do CMAs and thus prevent a significant tax in the form of the mortgage recording tax for a refinancing. So there you have it. We hope you found this video helpful, and just as an example, if you add all of these costs up together, for a typical transaction, you might see somewhere around 1% of the total loan cost for total refinancing fees. Of course, please check us out at www.houseit.com. If you have any further questions, send us an email, team@houseit.com. If you're buying or selling property in New York City, we can help you save on broker commissions as well as closing costs. Please check us out. Again, hit subscribe if you like what you see, and leave us a comment if you have any questions or topic suggestions, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.